The world has changed. People are fearful. Our government is not for the people. But still, it's never been easier to connect and bring people together. We are bringing about the best in ourselves. We are learning from others. We are challenging our beliefs and overcoming our fears. We are transforming ourselves so we can transform the world. How far can we go? It's up to us. This is the Think Tank. I am Martin Spencer, and my guest today is okay. Welcome to the Think Tank, Vijayn.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me, Martin. It's nice of you to do that. And I like the title, Think Tank.
Think Tank, that's right. I try to bring people together who we can get in the think tank, because these are people who I associate with. I don't associate with nobody that we don't have the same mindset. You know what I'm talking about?
All right.
Exactly.
Frequency, yeah.
You have to have the same mindset to be in the think tank. If you don't have the same mindset, you will not be in the think tank. Yeah.
Right.
Right. So Vijay, I met you in Toastmasters several years ago when you were heading up this division. Tell me a little bit about Toastmasters so the world can know what Toastmasters has done for both of us.
Right. You know, I started in Toastmasters early in '96 in North Carolina. After I graduated, I was looking for a job. And, I went to most of the interviews, and I met a gentleman who taught communication at NYU. And he told me, hey, have you heard of Toastmasters? You know what it was. You know, when you're fresh out of college, you're thinking, oh, you know, it's a place where you get together and get drunk.
Right.
But then, I wanted to check it out. What do I got to lose?
Mm-hmm.
Made a difference to me because, within few weeks of me joining Toastmasters, my confidence increased. And not only that, I also was able to get a job because I projected that confidence, speaking in front of people.
Right.
It develops not only your communication skills, but your confidence, in yourself.
Right.
I got the job, and, in that same club, the person who evaluated my icebreaker speech was Jeffrey Gitomer. And it's the book, the sales, the Red Book of Sales and the Black Book of Sales. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He was the one who evaluated my first speech, and he called me a mensch.
Whoa.
Mensch, I want to look it up. But that gave me a lot of confidence. I moved to New York. Then I went for office. I became the Lieutenant Governor of Marketing there. Mm-hmm. Toastmaster of the Year. Formed 18 chapters, New York, New Jersey.
You formed 18 chapters?
18 chapters.
Wow.
It's a group effort, but
the
person, marketing guy takes the credit. It was nice, you get good leads from Toastmasters, people. Right. But you have to follow up on those leads. There are people out there who need that.
Right.
And so I had to leave because of a job change. I had to leave. I came down to Tampa. Mm-hmm. I tried getting in Toastmasters here, but in the district, it is different. New York is different from Florida,
Oh, is that right? Wow.
Yeah, they have a laid-back attitude. Yeah. But, New York had all this big office, Fortune 500 offices.
Right.
That would allow people. And, a company called McGraw-Hill, they paid $1,000 to anyone who completed there. Now it's called the CTM.
Right.
$1,000. Imagine how valuable they found one of the biggest publishing companies in the US.
Wow.
Finds that a great asset among its employees. Mm-hmm. And then when I moved to Tampa, I was in IT business, and I was looking for a job because the IT bubble had burst, and I had one company, and my company wasn't doing well. Mm-hmm. The IT company. And I was interviewed by a lady at one of the local universities here. She asked me, have you had any experience in business? And I had some business experience because I grew up in a business family. Mm-hmm. I had the speaking experience, so she can start teaching. I started teaching business and finance at the university.
Wow.
It's one of the biggest universities in the US, and they're all across the world. And I was the instructor of the year in 3 years. And
Wonderful.
Then I became a dean of a university later. The same university at a medical. I had no experience in the medical field, but when you're a dean, you do a lot of administration, take care of a lot of paperwork related to the Department of Education, and motivate people to do better.
Right.
I got involved in that, and in a year and a half, I was the dean of the year across 32 campuses.
Wow. So you always get everything of the year. You like me, you're high achievers, right?
Yeah, I like to, I don't go looking for it.
Right.
Because I found one thing, I've learned one thing in my life is don't look for the end result, concentrate on the process.
Right.
The process will get you, and it doesn't get you free coffee if you get those awards.
Right. That's right.
It's a sort of a pat in the back. Keep doing what you're doing.
Right.
So I always concentrate on the process. I get so lost in the process. That makes the job all the more enjoyable.
Yeah, because when I met you, I think the first year I met you, then you ran for the Toastmasters division director, right?
Right.
Area, not area. You were division or area? No, you were district.
No. I went for the PQD, which program quality director.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Then I switched to district director.
And you put your hat in the ring. And then
I did.
I remember that because I voted for you.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I voted for you. And you had a lot of support tools in that year.
Oh, yes, I did.
The director, yeah.
Yeah, three-way race it was, and I avoided the runoff by getting more than 50% of the vote. That's thanks to people, and then Toastmasters prepared me for that 2-minute speech.
Right, that's right.
You deliver a speech as a candidate, just like you deliver a speech in a club.
Exactly.
Not many people do that, right?
No, not at all.
Tell a story in such a way that the 2-minute speech is very interesting to the people who are listening.
Yeah.
Because that speech will, make somebody who doesn't know you at all, who hasn't met you before.
Oh, yes. Definitely.
This guy, I think this guy will do good.
Yep, exactly. Well, Toastmasters has been good to me too. I have no complaint. 5 years. And when I started, my aim was to achieve the highest. I said, what is a DTM? I know what a DTM was. And I just worked towards it. I spoke as often as I could. I did what I was supposed to do, and it has paid off dividends.
I've seen you, the way you turned around your chapter.
Yeah.
Right. They are very less members. It's your dedication. You're running that marathon race even now.
Yes. Oh, yes. Well, I believe, towards you are given so much in life. Right. And if you don't give back, you don't get your reward. The same people that you give back to are not the ones that give back to you. It'll just show up. Just like you said, you just keep doing well, and it shows up. It just shows up. Exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
So I really enjoy Toastmasters.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know you're a high achiever. I mean, everything I see, every day I read your bio, and it's like, wow, he's an engineer. He's a dean. He's the chairman of Toastmasters. Now you're on another chapter. So tell us, you're into the movie business.
Right.
I saw you guys did a movie about a year ago, and you launched it right before COVID. So tell me a little bit about that.
Oh yes, again we go back to Toastmasters. Says one of the things they tell you is, listen, you dress well not for yourself but for the audience,
right?
And for the people you're going to meet.
Mm-hmm.
I was at this event where they were honoring a gentleman who had won one of the best movies. It was even sent to Cannes Film Festivals. It's called Birds with Large Wings.
Okay.
Right? About how endosulfan, a chemical, was added to water, and it affected the lives of people so much that any child born wouldn't grow beyond that 2 or 3 feet. They became, and they were still 2 or 3 feet because of the negative effect of that endosulfan.
Wow.
And so this gentleman made this movie, and I happened to go there. I was the only one who was dressed well, just like a toast with a tie. And somebody saw me there and said, hey, we're doing a movie. We want someone to play a producer. Would you do that?
Wow.
Yeah. And I said, yeah, why not?
Mm-hmm.
It was a 10-minute role, but it took the whole day to shoot it.
Right.
And so we started in downtown, Tampa,
Mm-hmm.
in a language called Tamil, which is the oldest language in the world.
Oh, okay. It's the oldest language.
The oldest language in the world. We have clubs
Okay.
which are dual speaking Tamil, Tamil
Mm-hmm.
clubs, right? A lot of people, Sri Lanka, Malaysia, they all Tamil.
Right.
And after that, then there was a movie they were shooting for, an English movie, An Angel and a Saint. The trailer's online. People
Right.
that.
It's called An Angel and a Saint.
An Angel and a Saint, yes.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And they said, hey, why don't you come for this? The director, we know him, Edward. He said, hey, why don't you come for it? And, we'll give you a role of they give me a nice role. Nice. I was supposed to play a nice guy, invent a product and all that.
Right.
And I told myself, easy to play a nice guy, because the character arc is so much. You have to be nice.
Mm-hmm.
But then I wanted to go for the bad guy's role because the character takes you from all the way. The arc is this way, so you get to display so much of your emotions, right?
Right.
As a good guy has to be in the middle because he has to be liked by all.
Right. There you go.
There's a difference between good and bad guy. The bad guy.
Good and bad.
Yeah, he loses a lot of the people in this side of the arc.
Right.
And, so I said I'll play the bad guy, and it was challenging. I had to play a person who was physically challenged.
Mm-hmm.
And then I become someone else. So I got, a chance to change myself. Just this morning, I had a doctor who was helping out COVID patients in New York on a ship, on a Navy ship.
Mm-hmm.
Me just to say, man, you had that short role. You did such a good job.
Oh, wonderful.
And I know all that, Martin, we do those 5 to 7 minute speeches, right?
That's right.
And it's storytelling. You're standing in front of a group, and who are the best actors you see nowadays on screen?
Mm-hmm.
Got some kind of theater training, like Samuel Jackson, right? Theater. Morgan Freeman, the way he delivers.
These guys do a lot of movies.
A lot of movies,
yes.
And they're very sharp. They're very controlled in front of the camera.
Mm-hmm.
And look at them. That's the theater background helping them.
Right.
Everybody does theater, and we in Toastmasters, we're actually doing theater.
Right.
We're doing 5 to 7 minutes. We're using gestures, vocal variety, right?
Eye contact,
storytelling, eye contact.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Eye contact especially helps you because you can't look at the camera. You shouldn't look at the camera unless it's required for the role.
Mm-hmm.
So new actors come in, they have this bad habit of looking where the camera is when they speak.
I know.
Which we don't do because we know eye contact is important.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at the whole audience, you're looking at only part of the audience.
Yep.
Right? And then you make a point and then you go to the next sector.
Right.
But everybody is thinking you're looking at them.
I know. They're conscious.
Right?
Very conscious.
Yeah, conscious, yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So, those are small techniques that people don't understand that we learn. And when we use it, we become effective. I became effective on film, but people become effective when they have that one-to-one relationship.
Right.
One-to-many relationships when they speak in front of people.
Right.
So, that was the second one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for maybe Netflix, a role that's coming down in September.
Wow.
A director who worked with Jackie Chan.
Man, Jackie Chan, that would be wonderful. Yeah,
he's the director, but we don't have Jackie Chan in that, but he worked with Jackie Chan on the film. Mm-hmm. He wrote the story for one of those movies that Jackie Chan was in.
Right. Mm-hmm.
One as a director. So it's the treatment stage. And we're hoping that, offers come in. There's many slip between the cup and the lip, right?
No, the cup and the, yep. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So, like you said, it all goes back to Toastmasters again. It all takes you back to Toastmasters,
Right. It
Most
does,
definitely. I coached about 3 or 4 of my Toastmasters, young people, and they just are so petrified of speaking.
Right.
Petrified.
Right.
And, and I keep telling them, just, talk about you, stories.
Right.
Stories, and I mold all my speeches into stories, so I never forget my lines. So you see, in the movie business, if you make your lines a story, you don't
Right.
forget them, right?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're right. I've seen you. People get inspired when you speak.
Good. Yeah, I love
I
speaking.
was thinking of getting one young man to you to coach a little bit.
I know, that's good.
He's doing well, but he needs a little focus in his life. And he told
Yeah.
his mother, I know just the person who can talk to him.
All right, there you go. There you go. I'm always there. I'm always willing to help. Always willing to
Thank you,
help.
Martin. Thank you, Martin.
All the
Yeah.
time. Well, I love giving back, and that's the premise of my life. You know, but so many, like, I gave a speech about 3 weeks ago, talk about the myth of the self-made man.
Mm-hmm.
There's no
Nice one.
there's nobody self. It's a myth. You know, if you say I'm self-made, no. You know, I came to the United States on track. I used to run track and field, and I can tell you, so many people helped me along in my life. So many people to get me to where I am.
Right.
And so it's inherent in me to share that love and pass it along. And that's how I live my life. I pass it on. I will always pass it on because so many people have helped me.
Right.
And I cannot, you know, it would be selfish of me not to be that way, you know? Exactly.
It's nice you acknowledge it. There are so many you don't, but then they don't get anything further. You know, right. they stop at a certain point.
Exactly.
Anything even I've done so far, it might look like I was the guy who's doing it all along, but there are people who said, hey, this looks like a person we need to push.
Right. That's getting right. I mean, right to my point. You know, right. you are not self-made. I don't care who it is, and you're not self-made. But so many people in this world think that once they've made it, they get aloof to the fact of the little guys. Man, so many little guys help me up. You know, even the Toastmasters. You know, everybody has helped me. So that's great to hear. So you're also now heading up a new organization. Tell me about that.
Oh well, it's called US Impact. It's PACT. It's based off Texas mostly, but we have chapters in 21 states. What we basically do is we do public advocacy concerning Indian issues and a relationship between India and USA. So what we go out during elections, support candidates who are in, right? We don't particularly concentrate on one particular party. More somebody who's there to take care of your issues for you. You know, and one of the issues that we would like to do is languages, right? Tamil is a language, one of the oldest languages in the world.
Yeah, Tamil, that's interesting. I didn't know that. Yeah.
Yes, Tamil is. So we would like to see that in high school, so to learn Tamil. It's old culture, you know, some of those things shouldn't be lost.
Is it in India or Pakistan? Basically Indian
culture? In India, you know, but Sri Lanka has a majority, Malaysia has a countries that has Tamil as a language.
Okay.
It's so one of the oldest culture, and BBC has done a documentary on.
Wow.
They say there could be a link, and I'm sure between Africa and the Tamil people. Right, you know, so their origin could go back as far as Africa because there are a lot of similarities between the cultures.
Right.
But Tamil kings during the 1st century and 2nd centuries, they ruled most of the world, known world. Wow. USA was not known. Romans used to go all the way to the Tamil Empire and buy muslin. It's a fine cloth. And
the Muslim cloth, right?
Muslim cloth. Yes. Pliny the Elder, Roman Senate, has talked about why Rome is spending so much money on bringing in goods from India, that part of India, because they wanted to go there for spices and gold, all that. You know.
Oh, India is known for their spices, man. You know.
Right. Yeah. Indian GDP was around 1700s before China took over. Was one of the highest in the world, around 25%.
Wow.
And the British left, it was down to 2%. Right. Can you see how it was bled dry by the British? It was taken out of the country. And I'm sure it happened in the Caribbean too.
It happened all over, exactly. They just left it. And I mean, pretty much right now, all the little islands, like my little island, St. Lucia, we became independent about 23 years ago. But prior to that, I
Yeah.
remember, paying homage to the Queen, God save the Queen, right?
Right. God save the king.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Right. So I think that's why, there's a nice debate uh, on YouTube. You can get to watch by Shashi Tharoor. He used to be,
Okay.
he talks about how, Britain took away all the wealth of all these countries.
Mm-hmm.
Britain needs to apologize. He says, just give a pound shilling a year. That's enough for the
Right.
next 100 years. But at least apologize.
Yeah, at least that, right? There you go. There you
Right,
go.
and get things right. But that's what any country which is powerful at a time, there'll be a lot of interest wanting to retain that power.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
To see it and say, hey, that's a poor country, let's leave it alone. They
Right.
just
Right.
harder and harder to suck out whatever
Mm-hmm.
they can. And that could be true of any country besides Britain. But that's why we both speak in English now.
Right. Oh yes. The Queen's
We
English.
speak
Call it the Queen's English.
yeah. Schedule, first floor, ground
I
floor.
know, goal instead of jail,
Yeah, right.
Man, that is wonderful, man. That is wonderful. So like I say, you wear so many hats. I mean, you have so many hats. Everything I see you do, you attain the highest. So where did you get that mindset from to always excel?
Well, I think it should credit my dad and mom for that.
Mm-hmm.
My dad came to a city in Bangalore, penniless.
Wow.
He's the electronic city. He's the Silicon Valley of India.
Okay.
And he built small business empire from scratch. And his work ethics, getting up at 4 in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
working till late into the night at 12 o'clock. He had a restaurant. He had his cigarettes, was wholesale. He had a store
Right.
that wholesale cigarettes, grains.
Mm-hmm.
He had trucks and granite quarry, manufacturing, hollow blocks. All that he set it up from scratch, and we were not allowed to take it easy.
Right. Right. Mm-hmm.
In my 4th and 5th grades, I was sent to my dad's store to work from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. during the holidays.
Wow.
And I would come home to bring lunch for the people in the store.
Right.
And eat my lunch and go back.
And go back. Yeah.
Yeah, no fooling around. And then when I was 16 or 17, my dad had cancer, and he was in the hospital. He was hospitalized, and I got to take care of the businesses in.
Good. Wonderful. Yep.
Right,
So
but I wouldn't say I was. Hands-on. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say I was great. I was driving trucks. Right? Can you believe big trucks?
I know. Yep. Yep.
Because the drivers work during the day, but they couldn't work at night. So I could go at night along with my brother, and we would go to get this sand from riverbeds.
Right.
And
Wow.
I didn't even have a license, at that
So
time.
you're still driving a big truck. Yeah.
Yeah, and this big trucks, double clutch. When you pump the clutch, you pump it once, bring it from, for example, 3rd to 4th.
Mm-hmm.
You shift from 3rd to neutral, then take your leg of the clutch, pump it again.
Pump it again.
From neutral to 4th. So it's double clutch. If you straight from 3rd to 4th, then you break the gearbox. And 60K. So that kind of brought a discipline in my life.
Right.
Not to take things for granted. So when I came out, I could see the kind of hard work that was required to make it.
Right.
I had a lot of people who suffered because they took it easy.
Right.
And later on in life, and I said, this is what I want to do. If I do something, I'll give it my best shot.
Right.
And not worry about the end results. If I fail, I fail big. No problem.
Right. That's what I say. If you're gonna, to me, there's no plan B. Right.
Yes.
Again, on the speech I gave about 3 weeks ago, I talked about, our children. We give our children, if they play baseball or they play soccer or they get and you have a first place prize for the best player, then you give prizes for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Don't give your child a 5th place prize.
Right.
Because it affects their mind. Okay, I'm only good enough for 5th. So they grow up with that minority affecting them, and they can only be 5th, or they can never be 1st. No, I say there's no plan B. You instill in them that work ethic. You know, like even if as we grow older and we have some successes, then our children tend to want to lean on that. But most people who have a good savvy, who are very savvy more or less, they let the kids earn it. You know, you earn it. So they have that work ethic. It's not given to them, even if they inherit goodness. But along the way, it's like you and I, you know, I mean, I thought my dad didn't like me. My dad was so hard on me, but he instilled in me that high moral value. You know, because I left at 17 to come to the United States, and I mean, I was just green behind the ears.
Right.
So,
Give
but
that anchor, yeah.
Yeah, but I had a strong base. I had a strong moral value, and all the things that were happening to me, that I said no. I thought about my parents. I couldn't do that because of how I was raised. You know. So third world countries, like most of us from a third world country, when you get to the United States, it's an opportunity.
Right.
Opportunity, and you just don't want to let it go. Even at my age right now, I'm still seeking, I'm still searching. I still want to be the best I can be in everything that I do. I don't settle for second best. You know, I was up this morning at 6 o'clock. I had a webinar in London about marketing. Okay, so you know, there's always that thirst for knowledge. Always. And I learned so much today about marketing, about ebooks, about just alternative. People are. See, right now the world has changed. And what people don't realize, the world is never going back to what it was.
It'll never, yes.
It will never go back.
Right.
It has changed. So you have to adapt and pivot to that change. And don't worry about it, but there's a lot of opportunity out there right now.
Yes.
I mean, the stats I heard today about people looking for online services. Amazing, you know? So so my eyes have I have a whole new perspective on online businesses, because there is a need, you know, for learning. For example, e-learning. E-learning is a $250 billion business. Everybody wants to learn online. You know? So I concur with you. You know, when we see opportunity, we take it.
We should take it. Yeah. It doesn't matter what stage in life you are, you know, you should not stop learning. Because as Clint Eastwood said, you know, somebody asked him, you know, you keep getting older, but you keep making all these great movies.
Right.
And he does 75 push-ups, you know, at this age. I think when he was 75 or something, he was doing 75 push-ups. Now he's a lot older, 80. They asked him and he said, you know, one thing, don't let the old man in.
That's it. Don't let the old man. I like that.
He'll keep knocking the door, but don't let them in.
Don't let them in. Nope. Don't let them in. No.
Right.
I totally agree. But you know, the older you get, you should use that knowledge that you've built up, and make it work, man. Because it's not easy. It's getting harder, but it's all about mindset. If you have the right mindset, like I always say, I believe I can do anything I want. I have to apply myself.
Right.
You don't just sit around and say it's going to happen. No, you got to apply yourself.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You know?
And the humility also, right? Goes with it. It's helped me a lot, because if I assume I know something very well, I'm failed.
That's right.
You know, that eagerness to learn should be there, because I don't know everything.
No.
What I know may not be always 100% true.
Right.
So, but I need to seek.
Exactly.
But experience will teach me what is right.
Yeah. I'm a leader. I don't follow many people. But I spoke to a gentleman about, he was on my show. He is a professional speaker. He has given over 2,000 professional paid speaking gigs. So I talked to him, and his wisdom, the knowledge he has, that's the kind of person that I want to, I follow him. Because he's done what I'm doing to a degree which I can even think of. So you always aspire to people. So I had to bow my hat to him and say, listen, I'm going to follow you, because I don't be following many people. So you've given 2,000 paid speeches. His name is KTR, Kevin T. Robinson. And I mean, this guy is just phenomenal, you know? So.
Nice. Yeah, nice to listen and, learn from other people.
Yes, you have to. AJ, it's been, oh man, I just enjoy chatting with you. We could chat for over and over for a long time.
Yes, true.
but I admire you. I look up to all the things that you've done. You left a legacy, and now
what's the new group again? You call it the
U.S. Impact.
U.S. Impact, exactly. You know, and I wish you luck in that. I know you say it's a short stint. You're doing about 3 or 4 months, or you're gonna do it for a little longer?
This is supposed to be for. I'm the chapter president for Florida. It's supposed to be for 2 years.
2 years, okay.
Yeah, and we'll see down the road. If they ask me to do something else for them, I might do that.
Exactly, exactly.
But it's a new group that just started.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I said, I'll just concentrate on the process.
Right.
Don't worry about the results, and
Exactly.
gain some friends.
Right, good.
I want to thank you for your, giving me a chance to be on your show, and I want to wish you all the best.
Good. Well, I appreciate it. It's called,
I will share it with as many people.
You're in the think tank, man. You're in the think tank. You're in the think tank, right? It's not Shark Tank. It's close within the think tank. Right?
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, you know.
Thank you.
I decided to make the jump about 3 or 4 months ago, and I just enjoy doing what I do. It's not a job, you know. I reach out to so many people, so many of my good friends, and it's just been a phenomenal ride.
And you're touching lives, in the process.
Exactly. You know, that's what I love to do. I love to give back, you know.
Right.
So if anybody wants to get a hold of you to help you in your endeavor with the U.S. Impact, how do they get a hold of you?
I have my Facebook, Vijayn, Vijayn.Nair.
Mm-hmm.
They can go to Victor Robert Nancy Apple India Robert Sam VRNAIRS
Good.
.com.
Wonderful.
Right.
Yeah,
so they can email me or get touch base with me on Facebook.
Good.
Also on LinkedIn.
Mm-hmm. Your LinkedIn also. Yeah, with me. I'm plastered everywhere. If you put my name in, you'll see me.
You need to be.
LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You just name it. I'm there. Same thing. Martin Spencer Speaks. Well, you got it's like brand. I've pretty much branded myself. So if you Googled me, you'll see you can just all over the place,
Brand is everything, Martin.
Yes. Branding, and you do well, you give back, you give value, and value is the name of the game. Value, you give value, and people give value back to you,
That's right, yeah.
Indeed.
So, and so all the time,
Yes. But like I said, this I'm gonna post it on YouTube, so don't be surprised if you get a call from Dubai or India or New Zealand. Hey, U.S. Impact. We want to have U.S. Impact. Look
at Dubai now. The first place country got an Israel embassy there.
Yes, exactly. Mm-hmm.
Right, and Saudi Arabia is going to be next. And then imagine it was impossible before to do something like that. Now
the world is so small.
Small, yeah.
It's so small. When I talk to my buddy in Dubai, it's like I was just like, wow, man. He was telling me all about Dubai, and so I asked him, how is Dubai with this pandemic right now? He said the kids are going back to school, but they have controls. But it's just like the U.S. The economy is shut down. Things are slow. So it's a worldwide phenomenon. It's a worldwide thing right now. It's not just the U.S.,
That's right, yeah.
But I really enjoy.
We hope and pray everything goes well for the U.S. and all the countries around the world.
Yes, indeed. Well, I think things will kind of get a little better after the elections, after November the 3rd. Right now, it's just a tit and tat. Everybody's they're playing games right now. But I think after that, things going to open up a little better. So I'm only hoping and let's hope and pray that my heart goes out to the people who don't have jobs, could lose homes, and it's just devastating. Sometimes you work so hard, and then through no fault of yours, then you lose something. So I'm only hoping and praying that that there is no suffering for them.
That's right.
There is no suffering, because I don't like to see anybody suffer.
Correct.
But DJ, it's such a pleasure. I really enjoyed you being in the think tank, and I wish you all the best. If I can do anything for you, I'm there. I know you always reach out to me if you need me, and I can do the same.
Same here.
Our buddy Sam, I judged the contest today for some Indian high school kids. It was really phenomenal. Let me just share a little bit with you about that. There were 11 kids, right? And they were high schools. And they asked them, the question was, in this pandemic, how are you coping? And
Right.
you know, these kids, I was surprised, in 9th, 10th, and 11th grades, 11th and 3 grades, and they were so versed on world affairs. The kid that won, I actually chose the kid that won. I picked him, and he talked about no politics, just about the U.S. government, politics, and the people. He even talked about the economic impact of India and all the countries that are less fortunate.
Right.
These kids were so sharp.
They are,
High
yeah.
school, it's like, wow. I thought I was listening to adults talking. They were so versed, and they were so versed in world affairs. All
Right,
of them,
yeah.
you know.
Right.
So it was wonderful. I enjoy judging it today and listening to them.
Right. They're pretty good, you know, because they get all this references, and they don't just learn to debate for one side. They learn to debate for both sides.
Yes.
In case they are asked to switch.
Right.
Right. So
Exactly.
that's what we teach them.
Wow, man, it was phenomenal. That was great. And I mean, I immerse myself in all cultures, in all cultures. Exactly.
Right. Yeah. Thank you. I wish you the best too, Martin. You know.
Yes, man. I appreciate you.
And you know, I've seen you. You know how you support others, you motivate others. And rare to see. Remind me of an old friend. He's not there now, but he's called. His name is Dennis Focus. Say his name. He was a Toastmaster from New York.
Right.
He passed away when he was 48. But I found 18 chapters. Each of the demo meetings, he was there.
He was there.
It takes 2 or 3. He was there, but he said, "I don't want any credit for it. I just want to see things happen."
Right. Exactly.
So, kind of individuals are rare, and you know, you remind me a lot about him.
Yeah. Well, I do. I try to give back as much as I can, because when I look back at my life and I see the amount of people who helped me, you know, it would be selfish of me not to do that. Selfish. So I always reach out and do the best that I can, and with nothing, not wanting nothing in return. Just reaching out.
Agape.
Yes. Right. There you go. So thanks again so much, friend. I appreciate you. And
thank you.
Like I said, namaste, right?
Namaste. Namaste.
and take care of yourself, and we'll definitely be in touch.
Yeah. Take care. You too.
Okay. Thanks again, my friend.
Thank you. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Talk to you soon. Yeah. Bye-bye.